Hi everyone, it's Tammy and welcome back to the knitting podcast of TT.Scraps. So I have the 3 whips that I had last month, and I also have a new cast on, and actually I finished it. And I'm so sorry about the little circles in my glasses. I can't not wear my glasses, so I'm trying to deal with the circle light, and it's frustrating, so I kind of have to look down. Whew, it has been a month since I have my last confession. It's been a month since I last talked with you guys. So I hope that you guys have been doing well. I think today's is going to be pretty quick. Today is actually July 5th. It is a work day for me, but my husband has been off and he's been doing some stuff on the honey-do list, which has been fabulous. And I'm upstairs and we're going to go to dinner here after a little bit. We're going to get hibachi, which sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully you guys are doing something fun today too. I don't know how I feel about this one-person knitting podcast. I really don't enjoy it. And I have put some feelers out to see if there's any knitters that might be in my area that we could get together and have like a knitting night or something, but I haven't had any luck. So I don't know that that's going to happen. But let's see, the first project that I'm going to show you is one of my finished objects. This is the Wave of Change. I have my Ravelry stuff pulled up over here, so let's see if I can tell you. I started this on April 29th and I finished it on June 15th. And I made it short sleeved. I have not washed and blocked it yet, but it is a beautiful sweater, and I found these little clasps that you just do this to, and you hook them onto your sweater with just this little like lobster claw thing. And I think it turned out really cute, and I like that closure as well. Hopefully it's showing up on here. I see how see-through it looks. It actually smells good, even though I haven't washed it yet. It must be like the lotion that I wear on my hands and stuff. But I am very excited about this. And honestly, it has been chilly, and I think that I could probably wear it. So for those of you that are interested, this is the Wave of Change jacket. It is by Denise Bayron. And I used Malabrigo Rios in Ravelry Red. And I really like this color. I think it turned out really pretty. I'm really struggling with some of my colors that I have in my stash because I just know myself and I know I wouldn't wear it, even though I love maybe the yarn and I'm thinking, oh gosh, this is great. And I used to just buy whatever just because it felt good and it looked good. And I thought that, ooh, I can make something with this. But I'm really trying to struggle with just making things that I will actually wear and buying yarn to go with that. And I don't have any yarn purchases to show you this month. Now that will change next month because I did make some yarn purchase. But this month, I don't believe I bought anything. I was racking my brain trying to think of anything, and I don't have anything except for the Wave of, or the blanket that I'm making that is a monthly subscription. Sorry, my dog. So that one, I do get a new skein each month. Roxy. So there's that. And then also, well, let me just go ahead and show you the blanket, how much progress I've made on that. So I think last month I was still on the first month of yarn. So I was on, let's get the right side. I was still working on this bottom color down here. And then I did the little bonus stitch section to kind of separate the months. And then this is actually the May month that I'm almost finished with, I think, before I move into the little black section, and then I can move into June. So this is the Wave of Change, or I keep saying that, that's not the name of it. This is the Blanket of Knowledge. And this is by Hot Springs Fiber, Tracy Anderson. And you pick, you get a mystery skein every month, and you pick your aesthetic. And I believe I picked Enchanted because the the page, because the inspirational picture is on the website, so you can see those if you're interested. But the one that I picked, it really was a beautiful aesthetic, so I thought, okay, I'm going to pick that. Now, it's weird because I'm just not real crazy about this yarn, and this is the next month, and I like this one better. This one is called Evening Mai Tai, which actually sounds really good. Now, I do like this. I was kind of excited to get involved in this one, but I haven't gotten there yet. I have to finish this game first. But let me just show you. I don't know. I mean, this blanket, and I'm making, it's really great because the pattern has different size blankets that you can make, so you can see how big mine is. It's a little bunched over here, so it's not exactly, it's a little bigger than what you're seeing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it's neat because it's a different pattern on each color, and you can probably see that too. This has a bunch of yarn overs, and it looks pretty neat. And then this one looks pretty neat with the little upside down V there. It's pretty neat. I don't know. I'm not loving it though. Like, I can't even picture myself having this on my bed or even as like a little throw blanket. That's the only thing I can think is like put it on a yarn holder and just use it when you need it, because it will be warm, and it's an expensive blanket because I'm spending like $40 a month on this yarn, and I'm not loving it. So I'm just kind of struggling, but I want to finish it because I bought it. So I've committed to, and what else am I going to use this yarn for? I can't even imagine what I'd use it for. I mean, I just don't know. And I got the DK, which I thought would make it faster. And I'm enjoying the knit. I will say I'm enjoying the knit. I do like that. And so it's fun to knit, but it's not, like I said, just the colors are just, to me. They just don't speak to me in this. I like the first color better than this color, but I really am not liking this. Although there are colors in this that I love. And I love the black color, the in-between color. And I love the yarn. And there's this blue here, this turquoisey blue that is just lovely. And when I get to it, I get so excited because it's just, here, I should show you on the right side, but this color right here is just so pretty. And I get so excited when I get to that color, and I like it when there's like a burst of that color in a certain area, but overall, it's just weird. I'm hoping that when I get it all together, I'll be like, oh, this is great, and it's functional and pretty, and I enjoy it, but right now I'm just afraid it's just going to be functional, and I'm just going to have to deal with it, which I will, but it's a little bit, and that's what you get when you do a mystery, but I almost wish it would have been plain colors, solid colors. I don't know. It's not my favorite. So then let's see. I don't think I've gotten anywhere on Katie's cardigan. So I am working on the garden cardigan. This is by I don't even know how to say that. Anchorstrick. And it's the garden cardigan. And I love this back. And thank goodness that I signed up for a class through the Knitting Place to get help, because I could not understand her instructions at all. They were crazy. And I did get the help, and I have figured out and moved past where I was, but this is as far as I've gotten, and I think that this marked one of the spots for me. So I have not gotten very far. This is Katie's, and I've done the back, which is this bigger piece, and I have done one of the fronts, I think it's the left front, or maybe it's the right front. Sorry, it's the right front. So it's supposed to be like this. So, I mean, I love it. I think it's beautiful, and I think my daughter will wear it. She's a teacher, and I can totally see her wearing this, and I will wear it too. I have enough yarn to do one for myself too. I got a darker color, and then I got this color, and I am using Rowan felted tweed from the Knitting Place. I bought the little kits from there, and then I signed up for the class as well. So, I mean, it's going well. This is all I have of this one. skein left, it looks like. That's funny. So I don't have, oh, no, that's the start of, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's the start of my next one for the next piece. But I'm going to have to sit down and concentrate before I do the next piece. So I haven't really gotten into that because I've been wanting to do easier knitting. And this, the wave of change, if you want an easy knit, this is super easy. It's potato chip knitting or whatever, as they say. It's a paid pattern, so I'm not going to give it away, but you really can tell that it's pretty much, you know, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, rows, and then you make a purl on every so often, and it's, I mean, it works out really well, and it's really cute. And the instructions are for a long sleeve, but I wanted to make it short sleeve, so that's what I did. And then on the garden cardigan, I think I'm going to make it long sleeve as it said, but I just haven't gotten there. And once you get going, seems like the start of the section, like the left front section to start it, is a little intimidating just because I'm going to have to sit down and concentrate. But then once I get going, it will be a lot easier. So then I found out that somebody at my work is having a little baby girl. And so I decided to knit a sweater. I have not washed or blocked this yet, but this is the, oh gosh, I'm going to have to spell it because I don't know how to say it, but this is it. It turned out really cute. It has picot bind off, which I have never done before, and I love it. I like how it's very feminine and girly, and I like the little yarn overs here, the little lacy kind of pattern, and I love that bind off, like I said. Now this is a little ribbon band, so I have 3 different ribbons that I'm going to include. I have a white, a cream, and a gray. Looking at the white and gray together, they almost look the same, but they are different. Maybe I'll just include one because they do look very similar. Maybe I'll just include, let me change that just because they look so much the same. I'll just include these 2 with it. And I was gonna maybe put one on just because I thought it would be cute to see what it looked like, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't blocked it yet. And I kind of wanted to see the picture. So it's the, I didn't even tell you the name of it. Durgagami baby cardigan. It is by Henriette Cunliffe. It's DIRGHAGAMA baby cardigan. And you can find all of this on my Ravelry page. I am under TT.Scraps, so check that out. It is under my project page. And this is the yarn that I used. It is anti-pilling bamboo from Premier. And the reason I picked this is because of this. It is Okotex approved, and the person that I'm making it for actually requested that, and I had never heard of that before. And I actually had this in my stash, so I was happy about that. When I saw this, I was like, oh great, it's the, I will find something. I had 2 skeins, so I thought I will find something that will match, the pattern will match this and make a little something for the baby. And I found this pattern, and I was so excited about it. I started it on the 1st of July and I finished it on the 2nd. So this is a brand new finish. Oh, I was going to click on it to see how the ribbon goes. Okay, they have the ribbon going above. So let me just put this ribbon in while I talk to you a little bit about it. This pattern was super easy to make. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm going to put the pattern over the whole thing or the ribbon, since I have to still wash and block this. I don't know where well, that's not true. I know where they are. They're in the shed, we have a storage area, and all of my blocking pads are back there. This one will be under, so over, under, over, under. And I need to get those out, and I just haven't. To go in there is a chore in itself, and I haven't wanted to do that yet, so I might do that this week. I am actually taking a couple days off, and my husband and I may do something, but we may just work around the house. We haven't quite decided. There's a few options that are close by that we think that, you know, we could easily do if we wanted to do like a little weekend trip or something. Just have not And the bow is not going to be perfect, but it is cute, and it's cute with this. And it might be a little long, but I'd rather it be long and instead of short, obviously. Goodness gracious. So when I get it completely finished, I will trim the bow and all of that jazz, but this is what it will look like. Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness. Turned out really cute. And it's surprisingly an easy knit. Like I said, it was just like a day. And I think I could have finished it in one day if I had started it in one day, but I worked, so I started it on one evening after work, and then I finished it the next evening. So it's a really cute knit and fun. So if you have any little babies that you need to make something for, that would be fabulous. Now the last thing that I want to show is the Old Fashioned, which is by Thea Coleman, and this is the one that I'm making for my husband, and I showed you this last time. And the last time that I showed you, I'm not sure how far I was. Let's see if I can figure it out. I think I had just stopped for the sleeves, and I had done one section. So I have finished the whole sweater, minus one arm, but I have finished it. I mean, I'm excited. This is super cute. He has put it on. He looks great in it, if I must say. I don't know. I read the instructions how to do it, and if you can tell, the cables aren't centered in the sweater. And that was the way that I read the instructions. I'm afraid to go back and reread them, because the more when I was doing it, I was like, well, this must figure itself out somehow. And the cables should be more even on your body, I would think, more like that. But they are not. So, but honestly, it doesn't look bad because of the ribbing. It still looks great. And I don't know that anyone but me would notice, because I know that I have, yikes. Come here, don't lose the, sorry, I lost a stitch. So now you need to go back on this needle. Why in the world did I come up here with nothing on these sleeves, on these needles? Because I'm a dingbat. But I do think it turned out really cute, or is turning out really cute. It's not done quite yet, obviously. But, and it still needs to be washed and blocked. And I am using the wool of Andes. And I hear that this really does pop and like expand after it's been washed. So I don't think that you'll be able to see like the light through it too much. Now the sleeve, I did put a little bit of a cuff on here just because that's what he thought he'd like best. And what I did was I switched from my size 7 needle that I did the whole thing on to a size 5, and I did a 1x1 rib instead of a 2x2 rib. And I struggled with this bind off. This is the 3rd time I did the bind off, and I ended up just doing a regular, I don't know all the names of the bind offs, but I just did a regular bind off. But what I did was I did it from the inside, so that the little braid that shows, if you guys can see that, I don't know if it's showing up, but the braid that comes up when you do a regular knit bind off, you know, you knit one, you knit a second one, you put the first one over the second one. It leaves a cute little braid, but I didn't want that to show on him. So I put that so it's on the inside of the sleeve. So what I did was when I finished with the round, then I turned it the other way and I just went backward to bind off. And then at the last stitch, I picked up the other side, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty seamless, and I'd never done it that way before, but I kind of wanted to. And every quarter of this, I put in, I did the Jenny Super stretchy bind off or whatever. I don't know if you know that bind off, but it's a nice bind off, but in my experience with it, it kind of makes because you're doing a knit over between each bind off or between each stitch, and it kind of makes the knit flower out. And I tried it doing every other one and it really flowered it out, so I pulled it back. And then I thought, okay, let me try this again, and I tried it again doing like every fourth one, and it still looked way too balloony, so I pulled that back, and then this is what I settled on. So this was the third time actually binding off of this, and I actually did pull in a few stitches because I didn't want the arm necessarily to be the same size as the wrist, but you can see that it pretty much is. I pulled in like, I don't know, 4 stitches on the first time, and then I did 4 stitches again, so it's really 8 stitches smaller, but you can't really tell, and with a smaller needle. So I don't know, I'm expecting when I wash it, it will be a little bit different, it'll look a little different, but I have like my reminder as to where I started to make it a little smaller in circumference. I took in 2 stitches here, and then I took in 2 stitches every 6th or 7th row, just so that I could be sure to make this part a little bit smaller. But again, with the ribbing, it's really hard to tell. You can't really tell much, and maybe it'll change when I've blocked it, and I'll do another. Hopefully I'll finish it before next video, and I'll wash and do a proper block on it so you guys can see. But I did leave this green in here just so that you guys could see. This was kind of where I left off. I had finished to the arms, and then I had to stitch up each side and do the collar, which I had never done that before, but that actually turned out pretty well too. I'm not hating it. I did a little bit more than requested, and I did do a little bit of the stretchy bind off on this as well. So I don't know, but on him it looks fine and he likes it. So this is the first men's sweater I've ever made. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it looks decent. It's not a professional, but I don't claim to be a professional, so I'm not going to tell you it's no imperfections, because that would be a big fat lie. There are lots of imperfections, and I could point out a million, I'm sure, but I'm liking it. I love the yarn. I love the color. He loves the color. He looks good in it. So I'm excited, and I'm hopefully going to have this bad boy finished before the next podcast. So that is that. So what is in my wish list of knitting? And maybe I should bring next time, maybe I should bring my iPad up and show you some of the things, but I do have a pattern here that I was looking at. This is Campside by Alicia Plummer. I think it's an older pattern, but I thought it was a really cute shawl, and I'm kind of wondering if I don't need some shawls in my life. I don't know. So this one takes well, I was going to tell you how much yarn it took. It says it's one size. She used 3 skeins, but you can make it smaller. I know you can make it smaller. That's the whole reason I was excited about it. So I don't know. I'm looking at this one. I'm also looking at this Magnolia Chunky cardigan, and I think I have some yarn to do that one. I thought that was really pretty. And I would like to start to cast on a pair of mittens or something like that as well. And I think I want to do some color work mittens. I also have this Summer Waves baby blanket just as an idea, just because I'm enjoying doing the blanket, and I'm enjoying doing the blanket of change, or the blanket of knowledge that I'm doing. I really like that. So I saw this one, and I also saw Sing a Rainbow baby blanket, which of course you can do it in whatever colors you want, but I thought it was really pretty. I enjoy that pattern, and I thought that this pattern was really cute too. So I don't know if I'm going to cast on one of those or not, or any of these by the time next podcast comes along. But those were things that I was kind of thinking about. And I know I have lots of DK yarn, and I know I have a lot of fingering yarn too. I have a lot of Advent yarn that I need to use too. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm hoping to get a couple more things cast on, but I really want to finish this sweater before I do. I'm trying to be as monogamous as I can. I had to do something just different, so that's why, another reason why I use this as an excuse to cast something on, but it didn't take very long. I really need to work on Katie's sweater too. And then once I finish those, I was thinking I might like to do some mittens for Christmas presents, and maybe even some more hats. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And I like that because they're simpler and they get done a little faster, and it kind of gives me some motivation to keep moving. So I don't mind having a sweater on the needles, but I'm learning that 3 sweaters on the needles might be too many. Now I only have 2, which is good, but I'm feeling pressure to get them done. But maybe I should just keep 1 sweater on the needle and then work on that as much as I can. And then when I feel like I need to switch, then to switch to something else for a little minute and then come back to the sweater and then keep the blanket in as just a background. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's what I'm thinking. But I'd love to know what you guys are up to and what you've been doing. And I guess that's that. I will talk to y'all soon. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll get a little better at doing this kind of a podcast. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.